obviously this product is the way to go. 100% stabilized aloe vera. And by the way, you will notice on this bottle that there are some stabilizing ingredients. All of these ingredients come from natural fruit or vegetable sources. Okay, they are not chemicals that are made up in a laboratory. They come from fruits and vegetables. And if you were to take all of the stabilizing ingredients in this bottle, they would not form an area larger than a quarter of money. Okay, it's very, very small. You're getting practically 100% volume of aloe vera. Okay? Now, when I first started in the company, I heard many experiences about these products. I was at a meeting where people stood up. Somebody said that their eyesight improved. Another person said that they had better mobility in their joints. One person said that their back pain went away. One person said that they no longer had problems with their ulcers. Another person said that the circulation in their legs was better. One person I remember said that the tingling in their fingers was gone. Another person said that their headaches went away. Now, one thing that we need to understand as distributors is that these products are not sold by the company to cure any disease. These are not drugs. They're not medications. They don't act like drugs or medications. They are vegetable juices, natural vegetable juices. So just like you would drink orange juice, hopefully your body will gain some vitamin C benefits from that orange juice. Your body will gain the benefits that it can from the different nutrients found in these products. The aloe vera juices tend to cleanse the digestive tract and allow the body to absorb more of the nutrients of the food that you eat. So please understand that it's not aloe vera that is curing things in your body. Your body cures itself. The aloe simply provides nutrients and a cleansing property to help your body function a little bit better. I'll never forget an experience that was told to me in Fort Wayne, Indiana. A lady bought some aloe vera juice after one of our meetings, and she was hoping that it might help her headaches. She had severe headaches. She drank the juice for a couple of weeks, and she came back to a meeting. And after the meeting was over, she got me into a corner in the back of the room, kind of whispering because she didn't want anybody to hear what she was saying. And she said, "Bill, I've been drinking this now for 2 weeks. I drank 1 ounce in the morning and 1 ounce at night, and I still have my headaches. It doesn't do a thing for my headaches." And my first reaction was, well, do you want your money back? You know, if you're not satisfied with the product, you get your money back. "Oh, no, that's not my purpose in telling you this. I don't want my money back because my ulcer's gone." "But I'm just worried about my headache. There's nothing for my head. My ulcer's gone. That's great. I feel good. What should I do?" Well, I told her that I'm not a doctor. I can't prescribe for certain conditions. But I said, if it was me, I would simply double the amount that I'm drinking. Instead of 1 ounce in the morning and 1 ounce at night, I would drink 2 ounces in the morning and 2 ounces at night. And just see what happens. It can't hurt you. It's just like drinking vegetable juice. You drink too much vegetable juice, it's just going to pass through your body. So she started doing that. She came back 1 week later to the meeting, and she had a big smile on her face, and sure enough, she said that she felt some relief from her headaches. And she still drinks the product to this day. So, I mean, that was 20 years ago. Well, please understand that Forever Living Products distributors are not in the business to treat or cure diseases. That's what your doctor does. We are simply in the business of providing a natural vegetable juice to people who feel they'd like to try it. Now, you will hear experiences as distributors as you go about introducing the products to others. You're going to hear people say a lot of things. Some of them may be even unbelievable. Well, please understand that just because the products did something for some people, it does not necessarily mean the products will do the same thing for everybody. Okay? That's why we have a money-back guarantee. For heaven's sakes, people have absolutely nothing to lose by trying our products. They can't lose their money. So, those are the aloe vera juices. Okay? Pure aloe vera. mixed with different fruit flavorings, lemon, cranberry and apple, and peaches, to make different flavors of the same product. No matter what other products you introduce to people, we recommend that everybody drink this product, at least an ounce a day, every morning, maybe 2 ounces a day, morning and night. And they will be very, very pleased with how they feel and the amount of energy that they have, and just their overall sense of well-being, I think you'll find will be improved. Okay, those are the aloe vera juices. Now let's talk about some of the products that we use topically. I'll start off with the basic ones. First of all, the aloe vera jelly. Aloe vera jelly is like having a plant in a bottle. Many people have used the aloe vera plant for cuts and burns historically. In fact, many women have kept a small aloe vera plant by their stove in their kitchen to use for burns when they burn themselves in cooking. Well, this is just like having a plant in a bottle. It's a gel form. It can be used for anything topical. Cuts, burns, bruises, insect bites, bee stings, athlete's foot, anything dealing with the skin. Tremendous amount of effect. Aloe vera is a natural moisturizer. It penetrates very quickly to all layers of the skin. And one of the interesting things about aloe is the way in which it helps cuts and wounds to heal. When you cut yourself, normally, if this is the skin, okay, and let's suppose that you cut yourself in your skin. Normally, what happens is that your body starts to form a web at the top of this cut to help protect it. And then, if nothing is done, it starts to heal from the top down. It starts filling in from the top down. And what happens is that by the time this is healed, you still have a small gap here at the top. And we call it a scar. And you can see a scar on your skin. But with aloe vera jelly, the aloe vera jelly that's applied to the wound penetrates to this bottom layer, and it starts healing the wound from the bottom up. And as it does, it closes the wound. And pretty soon, you're back to this. The healing has taken place, and there's no scar. That's why many people, if you start using aloe vera right away on a cut or a burn, you'll find that the scarring is very, very minimal, if any. I have an experience with a product that is close to the aloe vera jelly, and I might as well talk about it now. It's the aloe moisturizing lotion. Very similar, except this has some moisturizers added to make it more of a body lotion. A lady by the name of Jeannie Tuck in San Diego, California, had an operation when she was 17, 18 years old, and she had a scar that went from here up to here, right like this, crescent scar. And it was about maybe 1/4 of an inch wide, and it was raised from the skin just slightly so you could feel it. It was just raised from the skin. Very ugly scar. As a result, for her entire adult life, she could not wear a 2-piece bathing suit, and she was always very embarrassed about her scar. Well, when Jeannie joined Forever Living Products, she was 55, almost 60 years old. And she sold another product before she joined Forever Living. She was a distributor for Jafra Cosmetics. And she used Jafra body lotion all the time. For years, she was a distributor for like 15 years. She joined Forever Living Products and because she liked the juice and some of her other products, and became a manager, did very well in the company. But one day she ran out of her body lotion, her Jafra body lotion that she used every day after she bathed. Well, all she had in her bathroom was the moisturizing lotion. the aloe vera moisturizing lotion. So she decided to use that. So she used it and she put it all over her body. And later on in the day, she realized how good this felt. So she started using this exclusively. And every morning, without any thought, she would just put it on all over her body as a moisture lotion. About 6 months after she started doing this, she was in the getting ready for the day, and her husband says, "Where's your scar?" And she looked down like that, and sure enough, the scar was a very tiny little line. It wasn't wide, it wasn't raised, and it was just almost gone. And she says, "It's almost gone." And this was after how many years? Almost 30 years with it. No, almost 40 years, 45 years with this scar. So now she says, "I wonder if it'll disappear completely." So now every morning, before it was just, we'll put some on, and now she's doing this. Okay? Guess what? Within another 3 or 4 months, the scar's gone. Nothing. Okay? You can't find somebody so excited. She was just angry that she didn't discover this when she was 20 years old. Because all those years she couldn't wear the bathing suit she wanted to. Well, anyway, aloe vera jelly is a natural moisturizer, it promotes healing. Now, it also does a couple other things. It stops bleeding, and it reduces swelling. So anytime you have any kind of injury on the skin, whether it be a child who's bumped his head and he's got a big egg on his head, or a cut or a burn, or somebody with... does anybody here know what planter's warts are? Planter's warts? Planter's warts are in the bottom of your feet, and they're little warts that have a root that goes up. Sometimes they're this long. Let me tell you an experience with this product, the aloe vera jelly, and planter's warts. This happened in Bloomington, Illinois, not far from where Indy was born and raised. This young man, 17 years old, had planter's warts like you couldn't believe on the bottoms of his feet. Nothing seemed to really help get rid of them. So his mother heard about aloe vera when we first started the company over in Illinois. And what she did was that she rubbed his feet, the bottom of his feet, with our aloe vera jelly at night before he went to bed. Then she put on plastic baggies on his feet and kind of closed them a little bit, not real tight, but just enough so that the jelly wouldn't get on the sheets of his bed. And he slept like that during the night. The next day, he gets up and he gets dressed, he goes to school, and after school he goes to work. He works at McDonald's. And part of his job is to hose down the inside, to clean the inside of the McDonald's restaurant after they close, back in the back where they cook the food. And he always gets his tennis shoes soaking wet when he does that. So here he is squirting down, washing the floors, he's got his feet all wet. And he comes home that night, takes off his tennis shoes, and he pulls off his stocking, his sock. Okay, and as he does so, it turns inside out. And guess what? Hundreds of these little squiggly things are hanging down from his sock. All these planter's warts that came out. Well, he screams. He has no idea what these are. And he comes to his mother. She says, "My goodness, those are the planter's warts." So they put more jelly on that night. And the next day, more came out. Within 3 days, the bottom of his feet was completely clear of any kind of planter's warts. Interesting product, the aloe vera jelly. Now, I mentioned the moisturizing lotion is a body lotion. It's used after bathing, just as a general moisturizing lotion for the body. Now remember, the basic ingredient of both of these is stabilized aloe vera. If you look at the list of ingredients in this product, the number one listed is stabilized aloe vera. Same with this one, stabilized aloe vera. Now obviously, the jelly has more aloe in it than the moisture lotion, because in the moisture lotion we add a few more moisturizers and so forth. But in all of our aloe vera products, the number one ingredient is stabilized aloe vera. So if you run out of aloe vera jelly and you burn yourself, you can use moisture lotion on it and you're going to get some relief. Okay? So jelly and moisture lotion. Then we come to our regular aloe vera lotion. I guess I should hold both of these up. The regular aloe lotion is a lighter moisturizer than the moisture lotion. For those who may have extra oily skin, you'll want to use the aloe lotion. Okay? Another thing to remember is that the aloe lotion and the aloe jelly are basically the same product. But this is a water base, and this is a lotion base. The aloe vera jelly would probably be more for cuts, burns, bleeding injuries, and so forth. The lotion might be a little bit more for the rashes, the burns, where you need a soothing lotion also. Interchangeable in their uses. However, this one works a little bit better when there's bleeding. Okay? So, aloe vera jelly, aloe vera lotion, aloe moisture lotion. Then we have aloe heat lotion. This has become a favorite amongst Forever Living Products customers. This is our aloe vera lotion mixed with eucalyptus and menthol to make it more of a deep penetrating aloe preparation that is very good for stiff joints and muscles. For people who exert themselves a little more than they should, and their muscles are tired at the end of the day. You ever had those days where you exercise too much and the next morning you get up and you say, oh my gosh, where did I get this muscle from? I didn't know I had that muscle. That's what you use the heat lotion for. Apply it 2 or 3 times a day, massage it in, and you'll be very surprised as to how it will help to relieve. For those of you who have sore, tired feet at the end of the day, try giving yourself a massage, or better yet, get your husband or wife to give you a massage on your feet with the heat lotion. You'll sleep like a baby. And your feet won't be tired in the morning when you wake up. They'll be like brand new baby's feet. You want to go out dancing. Terrific product. Let me tell you an example of this product. I sponsored an insurance salesman who owned his own insurance agency, and his wife was quite skeptical. He sponsored in, and he bought about $500 worth of product to kind of get started so we could start giving some to people and testing it in his own home and so forth. She was totally against it. Well, she loved to play tennis. And one Saturday morning, just after he sponsored in, she came to his office after playing tennis where she had hurt her knee. She had twisted her knee or done something, but her knee was aching. And he was sitting there in his office talking to one of his friends about this new company, and he was trying to sponsor the person. His wife walks in, sits down, and she's intending to make fun of all this because she doesn't believe any of it. And her husband's talking about the heat lotion. And she says, honey, I just hurt my knee. Let me try some of that heat lotion. So what she was intending to do was to rub it on her knee, wait for about 15 or 20 seconds, and then jump up and say, hallelujah, it's a miracle, I'm cured. Just to make fun. Well, she rubs it in, she waits the 15 or 20 seconds, and she jumps up to say what she was going to say, but before she said anything, she realized, my knee doesn't hurt. There's no pain there when I jumped up. And so she sat there like that and looked down at her knee, and her husband says, honey, is there something wrong? And she says, no. That stuff works pretty good, doesn't it? Needless to say, the next thing she wanted to do was to add her name to his application to become a distributor also. So, terrific product. Also try it for headaches. Rub some on the back of your neck, on the temples, up here, and let it, maybe do it twice or 3 times during a 15-minute period, and see what happens for headaches. Okay? Aloe vera heat lotion. The next one I come to is one of my favorites, the aloe scrub. The aloe scrub is a mixture of our aloe vera with little microspheres, little balls of jojoba oil. It's jojoba and aloe vera in a cleansing scrub. And these little balls of jojoba actually cause a friction on the skin as you massage the face with it. It feels like little tiny bits of sand, okay? But as you rub them on your face, they not only help exfoliate the dead skin cells and to smooth the skin, But they also break open and put jojoba oil on the skin. Jojoba oil is also a very, very good nutrient for our skin. And you rinse it off, and your skin feels wonderful. It can be used every day. It's not like a peel or any kind of chemical where you can only use it once or twice a week. You can use it every day in the morning to give your skin a real soft feel. Also, if you have calluses or rough skin on your elbows, on your knees, on your heels, on the bottoms of your feet, use this every day and just rub it and rinse it off. And wonderful, just your skin's just like a baby skin again. Okay? The aloe scrub. Remember, jojoba oil and aloe vera blended for an exfoliating scrub that can be used on a daily basis. Wonderful for teenagers who have acne, by the way. Okay? Next we have our aloe suntan lotion. A natural lotion. This is not a sunblock of any kind. It is not sold as a sunscreen. That's why you don't see a sunblock factor or a sunscreen factor written on it. Generally speaking, the aloe vera in it the aloe vera naturally helps protect the skin. So this would be somewhere in the vicinity of a 7 to 8 protection on your skin. It's not going to be for somebody like me who needs a 10,000 block before you get anything, before you stop burning. But it is wonderful to help a person tan and yet protect the skin at the same time. It's also great for after tanning. Okay, after being in the sun, it's a great moisturizer to put on to help the skin recover from any harmful effects from the sun. Next we have the aloe propolis cream. Now I have a personal story about aloe propolis cream. I can say that I had a little bit to do with the development of this product. Only because I was the general manager of the person who helped the company discover this product. This was back in Indiana. The person lived in Michigan. And she had a tremendous problem with her leg. She had serious circulation problems in her legs because of diabetes. And every once in a while she would get a big ulcer right here on her leg, on her left leg. And it would become a very, very dangerous ulcer. In fact, the doctor told her that if there wasn't some way they could stop the ulcers from forming, eventually her leg would have to be amputated. This scared her to death. And so whenever one of these ulcers came, she would go to bed, she would stay in bed and just doctor it and try to get it healed as soon as possible. She was introduced to Forever Living products, and she found that by applying the jelly to her ulcer, that her ulcer would be healed completely in about 6 weeks. Naturally, it would cover over and dry out. And she was excited. She made manager just with this product and the aloe vera juice. Well, she decided to get a booth at the exposition in her hometown in Michigan. And she paid a lot of money for this booth. I think it was $1,000. And she had everything set up, and she was going to be there for 12 hours a day for 3 days to be part of this booth. Well, guess what? A week before this is ready to start, she gets an ulcer on her leg. And she is so upset because she realizes that it's going to take a good 6 weeks to get this thing healed, in which time she can't stand on it. Well, her husband, we had just introduced the bee products. And one of the bee products that we introduced back in 1983 was called Bee Propolis. Okay? And her husband, he's an old farmer, and he's used to fixing anything with what he's got. And he said, you know, the propolis is supposed to be a natural antibiotic. What would happen if we ground up some of that propolis, mixed it with the jelly, and put it on your ulcer? Maybe it would heal faster. So that's what they did. They took about 8 or 10 of these tablets, ground them up, mixed it into a paste with the aloe vera jelly, and they put it right on the ulcer, covered it with a bandage, and he did that 3 times a day. In less than a week, it was healed completely. Now, it took 6 weeks with this alone, less than a week with the tube. She was all excited, and of course at the fair she was telling everybody about these two products. And she was teaching people how to grind up the propolis tablets, put in the jelly, and use it on your skin. Well, the company heard about it, and they took this, and they turned it into this. Aloe Propolis Cream. This is wonderful for any kind of stubborn skin problem, like rashes, ulcers on the skin, people who have bed sores, that are bedridden and they get these terrible bed sores. This is a godsend for them. Apply it 2 or 3 times a day and watch what happens. So think of this for stubborn skin problems, especially rashes and ulcers. Okay. Now, let me go on to another couple of products. The Aloe First and the Aloe Vet Formula. The Aloe First is a spray. It comes with a pump spray similar to this one that you see right here. And this is for topical use on the skin, in the hair. It is a blend of our stabilized aloe vera with 10 medicinal herbs. 10 very wonderful herbs, including things like marigold, bee propolis is in here, yarrow, thyme, chamomile, dandelion, eucalyptus, passion flower, sage, ginger, borage, and sandalwood. All of these herbs are very beneficial for the skin. They've been used by herbologists for centuries to help the skin. Great first aid spray. I remember when my son Jeff, of all my children, he was the Evel Knievel, the daredevil. The one that was always trying to take his bicycle and jump over a car, practically, it seemed like. And he was also the one who was always falling off of his bicycle and scraping up his face on the dirt. He would come into the house with a big scrape right here and bleeding, but dirt everywhere, dirt inside. And we were trying to figure out, well, how do you get the dirt out? You'd get a washcloth, with water, and the minute you touch it, he'd scream and yell bloody murder. Well, we quickly discovered that by using the spray, we could sit here and spray the aloe vera on it, and it would literally wash the dirt out, and the aloe would be getting in there at the same time. And it healed over with no scars. This is also wonderful for a first aid for people who have bad sunburn. When you have a bad sunburn, you can't even touch it to put the jelly on. But this, you can spray it on. Okay, and it settles on the skin, and it gives you instant relief for that. I heard another experience with it. How many of you ladies have ever had a permanent in your hair? Anybody had a permanent in your hair? Okay, yeah. What happens if you leave the permanent too long in your hair? Your hair burns, doesn't it? It literally burns and it starts to dissolve. Well, this one lady did just that. She panicked because her hair was just a mess. Well, according to her, she sprayed it with the Aloe First until it was soaking wet. And then she covered it with a shower cap, and she left it for about 2 or 3 hours. Took the cap off, sprayed it again, put the cap back on. Within 2 or 3 treatments of that, her hair was fine. No signs of the burning. Okay? So it's wonderful for the hair also. Next we have the Aloe Vet Formula. We know that aloe vera is great for animals, whether we're human or dogs or cats or canaries. This works wonderfully with dogs and cats for their coat, for problems with their skin. Our pets have the similar type problems that we do. They get rashes, they get cuts, they get all kinds of problems. Think of the Aloe Vet for them. In the United States, this product has really not come into its own yet. But in England, this is one of the best-selling products because we have veterinarians who just recommend it to all of their customers. In fact, they practically insist to all their customers that they buy this product and use it daily on their pets. We also have many people in England who are owners of thoroughbred racehorses who use it for their racehorses, especially when they injure themselves. They cut themselves. Tremendous effect by using the Aloe the Aloe Vet formula. Okay. Next, let's go to our cleansing products, which include our Aloe Liquid Soap and our Aloe Bath Gelée. Aloe Liquid Soap. Imagine what it would be like to give every cell of your body an aloe vera treatment. To put aloe vera jelly on every single cell in your whole body. Well, that would take quite some time, and it would be a little bit sticky at first by using the aloe vera jelly. But we can accomplish that exact same thing by using the Aloe Liquid Soap. When we bathe in the shower or the tub every single day, you can give your entire body an aloe vera treatment. Cleopatra went to a tremendous amount of trouble, or at least her slaves went to a tremendous amount of trouble, preparing a bath of aloe vera so that she could soak in aloe vera and maintain the beauty of her skin. We can do it just as easy as this in the shower by using the Aloe Liquid Soap. This is great for all members of the family. It is pH balanced so that it won't cause tears if it gets in the eyes, so you can use it for babies. And it has like all aloe vera does, it has a slight moisturizing effect. So if you wash your hands with this, you'll find that you don't need to use moisture lotion after you wash your hands. Aloe Liquid Soap. Then we have the Aloe Bath Gelée. The Aloe Bath Gelée is a combination of our stabilized aloe vera with a European herbal complex. I think there's 8 or 10 of these herbs that are combined from Europe for a specific purpose. This is to help get rid of cellulite on your body. Okay, it's specifically formulated for that. Cellulite are the little portions of trapped fat that get underneath your skin. You can tell you have it if you pinch your skin a little bit and it looks like an orange peel, or cottage cheese sometimes we call it. Okay, you use this product with a loofah pad on a daily basis in the shower or the bath. Simply apply it to the loofah pad, get the loofah pad moist with water, and massage the skin in the affected areas. You want to massage in circular motions, starting away from the heart and going towards the heart. This does 2 things. It stimulates the blood circulation close to the surface of the skin. Okay, it helps the blood come close. That's why your skin turns a little pink, because the blood is getting closer to the surface. Part of the reason why why cellulite exists is that the blood is not circulating close enough so that it can carry it out of the body system. This helps the blood come closer to the surface. Plus, it massages the aloe vera in, and the European herbal complex, which does its work to help loosen up that area. You can feel its effects within a week by using regular basis. You'll notice that your skin is tighter, it's firmer, and it has less of the orange peel look to it. So anywhere where you would like to have a skin that's more toned and firmer, use the Aloe Bath Gelée. Okay? So, now you know the difference between the Bath Gelée and the Aloe Liquid Soap. This is for the whole family. This is very special use for getting rid of cellulite. Okay? While we're talking about getting rid of cellulite, let me introduce you to one of our kits. This is called the Aloe Body Toning Kit. Okay? The Aloe Body Toning Kit came as a result of some experiments, again, done by some of our distributors with our aloe vera jelly. They found that if they mixed the aloe vera jelly and the aloe heat lotion, see, we have the most creative distributors in the world. They would mix these 2 products, apply it to the arms and the thighs, and wrap it with saran wrap and leave it for an hour to hold the heat in, to see if it would have the effect of a regular body wrap. Well, their results were very good. They could actually measure and see the difference after 1 use with those 2 products. Well, the company again saw an opportunity here, and they developed the Aloe Body Toning Kit, which consists of 3 products. I've already described one of them, the Aloe Bath Gelée. This is used every day. Then we have the Aloe Body Toner. The Aloe Body Toner is applied twice a week at the beginning. This is to tone and firm and shrink the skin down around the muscles. Okay? In fact, the instructions indicate that you measure with a tape measure 3 spots on your upper arm, 3 spots on this upper arm, 3 on your midriff, and 3 on each of your thighs. And you take all those measurements and you add it up into one big total. For some people that'd be 100 inches, for others probably 10,000 inches. I don't know. Okay? Then you apply the Aloe Body Toner. You simply apply it liberally to your hand, and it's a thick cream. And you put it all over these areas, okay, where you want to tone and shrink. Okay, you do it here and here. And then you take the Saran wrap, which comes with it, and you wrap the area 4 or 5 times semi-tight. Not too tight. You don't want to cut off the blood circulation. You just want to hold the skin in tight and hold the heat in. You then relax for about an hour. You leave it on for an hour. And then you remove the Saran wrap, throw it away, and rub in the excess. You measure yourself again, and you'll be surprised. The first time you use it, you will lose between 1 and 6 inches of the total. Okay, not in one spot, okay, of the total. One of our advisory board members, whose name is Deborah Wolf, was in a Mrs. USA contest, and she had just had her 6th child 6 weeks before she had to go into this bathing suit contest. And she was competing against women who were half her age. She was in her 40s and they were in their 20s. And she used the body toning kit twice a week for that 6-week period before she went into the bathing suit contest. And she was toned and firm and thinner than any of these young ladies. She won the bathing suit contest, by the way. And she swears by the Aloe Body Toning Kit. Okay, there's one more product that you probably saw here, and that is the Aloe Body Conditioning Cream. Since we only use this twice a week, we need to do something to maintain the toning of the skin in between. So this is used every day. After bathing or after showering or bathing, this is applied in very small amounts to the affected area, like a moisture cream. But it helps to maintain the toneness of the muscles and the skin. This product is especially good when people are losing weight. Sometimes when you lose weight, you have all this excess skin hanging around. This will help tighten and tone that skin. The Aloe Body Toning Kit. By the way, each of these products is available separately if the person wishes, but we make it available in a kit that's great to give as a gift. Okay. Now let's go to a couple of our personal care products, just to kind of break it up a little bit. Let's talk about these 3. First, we have the Gentleman's Pride. This is a aftershave product based on aloe vera with a tremendous scent. Not a strong scent, but a very, very good scent. It is not only an aftershave in the sense of an aftershave, but it also helps to smooth and tone and heal the skin because of its high aloe vera content. There's no alcohol in it. Okay? And men love it after shaving. Also, women who shave their legs have found that this is very, very comfortable. Very, very, makes them smooth. And if there's any kind of irritation, it gets rid of that irritation right away. Okay? Gentleman's Pride. Then we have our Aloe Ever-Shield deodorant based on aloe vera. It has a wonderful scent that reminds me of the ocean. Okay? It has no aluminum salts in it. It's safe to use, and it will not stain your clothing. Okay? It's very economical too. This tube usually lasts anywhere from 3 to 5 months. It's very, very. The company did a good one on this one as far as how long it lasts. Then we have our Forever Bright Aloe Vera Tooth Gel. Imagine what aloe vera does on the skin, what it could do for your gums if it was applied to the gums every day. Well, we have dentists who actually use our aloe vera jelly in their practice, and they use our aloe activator to help irrigate the gums. But they also recommend brushing on a daily basis with this product to help maintain a very healthy gum tissue. Now, some people ask us why we do not put fluoride in this product. The answer is very simple. Fluoride kills the enzymes that naturally occur in aloe vera. So if you add fluoride, you're going to destroy the healing properties of the aloe vera. So if you decide that you really need to use fluoride, you can use a fluoride rinse, but don't do it any closer than 15 minutes after you use the aloe vera tooth gel, because you want to maintain the effectiveness of the aloe vera that you used in your mouth. Okay? All right. Tooth gel, deodorant, and gentleman's pride. How about hair care? We have several products for the hair. Let me share these with you. I use these every day, as I do most of the other products that we've been talking about. I love these products. The Aloe Jojoba Shampoo and the Aloe Jojoba Conditioning Rinse. Now, what is it about jojoba? Let me explain something about jojoba. We talk about aloe, let's talk about jojoba. Did you know that there are two causes for hair loss? One of them is heredity. You get it from your parents, your hair goes away when you get to be middle-aged, and if the cause of your hair loss is heredity, nothing will bring your hair back. Okay? Nothing on this earth will bring it back. However, the second cause of hair loss is with a waxy substance that your body manufactures, is called sebum. Okay? S-E-B-U-M. Sebum. Here's what happens. In your scalp, you have follicles. And in this follicle, a hair grows out like this. There's a root right here. Okay? What happens is that if your body has too much sebum and it can't get rid of it, it builds up right here. And it chokes off the hair. It literally chokes it off, and the hair falls off. The root is still underneath the sebum, and it's dormant. Well, guess what scientists have discovered? Naturally occurring in plants, they found a substance that will dissolve sebum. So, jojoba oil comes in here and it dissolves this sebum, thus allowing oxygen to get to the root, and guess what happens? A new hair grows. Some people, when they start using the shampoo and the rinse, who find that their hair is starting to thin out, will find that it starts to grow back and get thicker. In fact, they can even see the new little hairs coming in on the scalp. Okay? So, treat your scalp and your hair with Aloe Jojoba shampoo and conditioning rinse on a regular basis for 5 or 6 months and see what your hair is like at the end. It usually has much more body and is much thicker. In addition to that, we have our fairly new product. This is only 2 or 3 years old. The Aloe Styling Gel. Again, based on stabilized aloe vera. Tremendous to style your hair. Whether you want a dry look or whether you want your hair spiked. We have lots of teenagers who use this to spike up their hair so it sticks straight up. So it looks like aloe vera plants. It looks like they have an aloe vera plant growing on their head. It's safe, no alcohol, and it just makes your hair feel very, very soft and keeps it very firm, I should say, in place. Then we have the ProSet hairspray. This does not use any kind of gas. Did you know that? This is totally safe for the environment. It, too, does not contain alcohol. What this has, it's very interesting, and I have a little interesting story about this one. At the bottom of this tube, of this canister, there is an airbag that's filled with air and then compressed real tiny, just as very highly compressed. And when you release this, it causes the airbag to expand, which causes the product to come out the sprayer. So one day I'm in Spain, and I'm traveling from a meeting in Barcelona, and I'm going to Madrid. And I have in my briefcase 6 of these bottles, because our warehouse in Madrid ran out of the product, and I was bringing some back from the warehouse in Barcelona. So I put 6 bottles in my briefcase just to carry back with me. And I go through the metal detector, and the guy sees all these bottles laying down in my briefcase, and it looks like orange bags inside the bottles. And they're saying, that looks like drugs to me. They're hiding something in here, you know. So he takes this out and he says, what is this? And I'm trying to explain in Spanish what this is. And he says, that's, you know, aerosol. Aerosol doesn't have these bags inside. What's in that bag? And I said, well, it's just air. And he says, we need to test it. So I said, well, you go right ahead. So they took this down into their office, and they got a nail and a hammer. They started going like this, and I heard this little explosion. And this guy comes back, I has hairspray all over his face. And I said, I tried to explain to you, it's just hairspray. Anyway, he found out for himself that there is a new way to make aerosol in a can. You don't have to do it with gas. You can do it with air. Okay, tremendous for the hair. Now, what other product did I say was good for the hair? Do you remember?
I think right there.
The first.
Aloe First. Okay, exactly. So, if you're looking at a complete hair care regimen, that's it right there. Shampoo, conditioning rinse, aloe styling gel, the hairspray, and the Aloe First. How would you use them? Shampoo, rinse, then after you get out of the shower, spray in a little bit of Aloe First, massage it in so that it gets down to the scalp. Let it stay there for a while. Then dry your hair a little bit. Then style. And then spray. You're just an aloe vera person, aren't you? Okay. Let's go on. We're getting there, believe me. By the time this video is done, we'll have every product covered. How about our smallest product? Aloe Lips. This also is a very popular product. Imagine aloe vera in a lip balm that you can use several times a day to keep moisture from keep your lips moisturized. If any of you have dry, cracked lips or sores in your mouth, or maybe even a cold sore beginning, or herpes blister beginning, this is wonderful. It's also great for paper cuts and little insect bites and so forth. I call it a first aid stick because it is aloe vera in a stick form. Never be without your aloe lips in your pocket. Okay, let's go on to some of our other products. Where are we here? I'm going to talk about this one or this one. Let's talk about sunless tanning lotion. Now, there are some of us in the room who don't need this at all. Okay, we tan like we just go out in the sun for a few seconds and we just look beautiful. But there are some people in this country who wish they had a tan. They wish they had a little bit of color in their face. Yet they are afraid of the dangerous radiation from the sun. They're afraid of the rays that can cause damage, that can cause skin cancer. Well, here's a way that you can become tan and not have to go in the sun. It's aloe vera based sunless tanning lotion. By applying this evenly on the skin in the areas that you want to be tan, your skin will slowly take on a little bit of color. The more you use, the more often you use it, the darker your skin becomes. It's totally safe, and again, the aloe vera is there to protect and to help the skin maintain an even color. Sunless tanning lotion. This is also great for people who work in offices all day and they never get a chance to get out in the sun. I know that there's quite a few in this area that do that. Okay, this one is our aloe eye makeup remover. Okay, one of the most difficult areas of the body, of the face, to remove makeup is in the eyes. And Have you ever seen ladies who are trying to remove their eye makeup and they're just going like this to their eyes? Well, they might be getting rid of the makeup, but did you know that they're also stretching the skin right here? And that's going to create wrinkling, and it's going to create eyes that have folds over them like this. And they're going to look old real soon because they're rubbing their eyes too hard. This is a wonderful product. You simply take a cotton ball, saturate it with the aloe eye makeup remover, put it over the eye, and let it sit there for about 5 or 10 seconds, and then gently wipe it off, and all of the eye makeup comes right off. Okay? Perfectly safe. And again, the beauty of these products is that you're not only removing makeup, but you're also treating the skin with aloe vera at the same time. Okay, let's see where else. Okay, let's take a big jump.
The aloe tree.
Yes, okay. I'm going to get to that in just a second when I do the floor. Thank you. Let's take a big jump to this one. The MPD, multi-purpose detergent with aloe. This is truly a first, a detergent with aloe in it. Why would we put aloe in a detergent? Well, several reasons. The main one is to protect your skin. Have you ever washed your clothing, or have you ever known anybody who's washed their clothing in a detergent and then put the clothes on and they get a rash because of the clothes, because of the residue of the detergent? Well, imagine washing your clothes in an effective detergent, but that detergent is also saturated with aloe vera that actually puts aloe vera in the cloth of your clothing. So when you wear the clothes, you've got aloe vera rubbing onto your skin, not just detergent rubbing onto your skin. If you know people with rashes, okay, one of the first things they need to do is stop washing their clothing in regular detergents, because it could be the clothing causing the rash. So you would have to start using MPD and washing their bodies with the aloe liquid soap, and then using on the affected areas the Propolis cream. Okay? Now this is also great for hand washing of dishes and washing anything in your house that can be washed with water. The only place where you do not use this, and I repeat, you do not use this, is in your automatic dishwasher. If you do, you will have bubbles up to your ceiling in your kitchen coming out of your dishwasher, okay? This is very concentrated. Only 1 ounce. 1 ounce for a whole washer load of clothing. That means, do you know how many ounces are in this? 64. I'm sorry, did I say an ounce?
Yes.
It's half an ounce. 1/2 ounce. That means there's 128 washer loads in this bottle for clothing. Okay, plus it can be diluted even further using this bottle right here to clean anything in your house. Okay? And if you're the one doing the cleaning, you don't need gloves, because what's happening to your hands when you use this product? Aloe vera is on your hands. Okay, let's talk about aloe blossom herbal tea. For years, the company said, what can we do with all of the yellow blossoms that come onto an aloe vera plant? Aloe barbadensis Miller has a flower that grows up through the center of it. It's yellow. That's one of the characteristics of aloe barbadensis Miller. Well, we just throw them away. For years, we've just thrown all that away. Well, now we discovered that there's some tremendous benefit to drying those leaves, pulverizing them, mixing them with other herbs, and creating the aloe blossom herbal tea. This has a taste like no other tea you've ever tasted. You don't even need to add sugar to this. It's wonderful. Let me read you what's in here. Okay? Imagine this. Cinnamon, orange peel, cloves, blackberry leaf, allspice, fennel, ginger, cardamom, chamomile, Hymenea sylvester, and aloe vera blossoms. Imagine what it would taste like and the therapeutic value it would have. I can tell you, if you have any problem sleeping at night, have a cup of this before you go to bed. and you'll feel so relaxed. Aloe Blossom Herbal Tea. Okay? Let's talk now about the Aloe Fleur de Jouvence. This is the queen of all skincare regimens, bar none. You can go into Saks Fifth Avenue or the Bon Marche or Nordstrom's. I guess Nordstrom's is pretty famous around here. And you can spend 10 times the cost of this product and not get anywhere near the effect on your skin. There's nothing better for your skin than aloe vera. These products are all based in aloe vera. This contains, as you can see, 6 different products. Let me explain how they're used. The first one is called the Exfoliating Cleanser. This is a natural exfoliating cleanser. It does not have the gritty feeling that the scrub has, but this naturally removes makeup and other residues and so forth from the skin that build up as a result of smog and contamination. You use this in the morning after you get up, and you follow it with the Rehydrating Toner. The toner closes the pores and removes any remaining excess that the cleanser did not get. Then you moisturize your skin with the Firming Foundation Lotion. Okay, this is a daytime moisturizing for the face. That's what you do in the morning. Then in the evening, you do the cleanser, the toner, and instead of the daytime moisturizer, you use the Recovering Night Cream, which is a thicker moisture lotion that's applied to the face, which actually helps rejuvenate the cells and repair them from the day's damage, from the pollution, the wind, the sun, and so forth that your skin's been exposed to. Okay? Now, twice a week, you do something a little bit extra. And that is you take the aloe activator and you mix it with the mask powder, a teaspoon of each. And you blend it until it becomes a lotion thickness. The reason you blend it each time is because there are no preservatives in this product. You have to make it fresh each time. Well, after you have that lotion, you then take the sable hair brush and you apply the lotion to the face from the collarbone all the way up to the hairline in upward strokes like this. All over. Around the eye. You can come close to the eye, everywhere. And then you lay down and you allow the product to dry for 30 minutes. But you must be laying down. What you're trying to do is get gravity to bring your face back up. Okay? So as you're laying down, your face is coming back up and this product is tightening. And at the end of 30 minutes, your face is so tight you can hardly talk. Like this. You have a big smile on your face and you look like you're about 100 years old because it's all tight. At the end of 30 minutes, you get a warm washcloth and you just go like this. And it dissolves and it comes right off. And then you rinse your face with more warm water, you pat dry, and your skin feels like velvet. It feels just like satin or velvet. It's so smooth you can't believe it. And the wrinkles are diminished, and your skin looks younger. You've actually given yourself a non-surgical facelift. Then you follow it up with the rehydrating toner, and then you use one of the moisturizers. Now, it's not permanent. Remember I said it's non-surgical, which means that in 2 or 3 days, gravity is going to do this again. Okay, so you apply it again. You lay back and you go like that. Well, guess what? Each time that you use it, it gets a little better and a little tighter. And you'll find a point to where you can't go anymore. Okay, it's not going to take you back to diapers. Okay, but it will take you back a few years. And then after you reach that point where you think you've got the optimum, you then do it once a week for the rest of your life. And it's not only toning the skin, but imagine the aloe the treatment of aloe that you're giving your skin. This is a wonderful product. You will never have anybody who uses this that won't want to buy one.
Yes.
It sells itself. Many of our lady distributors have made a fortune in this company just by selling this product, this black box like that. Because it's so easy, it's a kit, it's right there, you purchase it, you take it home and you use it. Now we have other products that can complement this even further, but this is the basic skin care regimen, the Aloe Fleur de Jouvence. I had a gentleman in Canada, in Toronto. He got a booth at a county fair, and this is what he did. For 6 weeks before the fair, he put the Aloe Fleur de Jouvence, he put the powder and the activator on one side of his face only. Twice a week for 6 weeks. Then he had a photographer come in and take a close-up picture of his face. And he blew this picture up to about as big as this board. And he put it behind him at his booth. And this side looked like he was 30 years old. This side looked like he was 50 years old. And people come up to that and say, "Is that the same person?" And he said, "Yes, it's me." And he still looked that way. He says, look, feel here, and feel here. He sold a ton of this. After the fair was over, he did this side of the face for 6 weeks until he got caught up. It's a great, great product. Now, this product sells for less than $100 retail, the whole thing. And you can buy new bottles of this. You can replace these as you have to. You go into a department store and you get the products that claim they'll do the same thing this would. You'll spend $300 or $400 or $500 for those products. You don't need to do it. By the way, this product is just as good for men as it is women. Okay. Now, I mentioned we have a couple of other products that kind of go along with this one. For those who want a little extra, there's 2 of them. One of them is called the R3 Factor. This is simply put, this is an anti-wrinkle cream. Okay? You use it in small amounts in the areas where you're starting to wrinkle. Okay? Now, if you're like my wife, she takes this and just... I'm sure glad she's a manager. She can afford it. I mean, she takes it, and really it's not that much, but she puts a bunch in here and she puts it everywhere. I mean, she just... she doesn't want the wrinkles to form anywhere. So basically, it's intended for the wrinkling areas of the skin. It really works. It's alpha hydroxys made from citrus fruits, and it actually helps to smooth out the skin. Now, you know how alpha hydroxys work, is that they slightly burn the skin. They kind of, through a burning process, they help the skin smooth out. Kind of like sandpaper, but with heat. Well, in other products, you've got this alpha hydroxy, and your skin can get red because of the burning. But when you mix the alpha hydroxys with stabilized aloe vera, you're getting that effect on your skin of smoothing out the wrinkles, but you're also immediately dousing it with the aloe vera to help smooth it out and make it even better. R3 Factor. The 3 R's stand for what? Anybody know? Retain moisture, restore the skin, and renew the skin. Then we have one of our new products, which is called the Forever Alluring Eyes. This is specifically an eye cream. In very small amounts, it's applied right around the eye, right here, to help tone the skin. The makeup of the skin around your eye is different than the skin in the rest of your face. It has to be to allow the blinking of your eyes and the operation of your eyes. This is specifically designed to tone all of this area. Okay, so if you know somebody that's got huge bags under their eyes, it doesn't look like they've been sleeping for 5 days, put a little bit of this on every day, twice a day, and before long, their eyes will be smooth and tight. Okay, so you start with the Aloe Fleur de Jouvence, and then you can add these other 2 if you feel that you really need them. And why? while I'm up here, I might as well finish with this product. This is the Alpha E Factor. This is a vitamin E drop, which can be used anywhere on the body. Vitamin E is one of the best nutrients for skin. So whether you have areas of the skin that are extra dry or extra problem areas with anything from wrinkling to rashes or anything like that, anywhere where you need pure vitamin E. It's very concentrated. One drop will go over your whole face. Okay? Some people love the vitamin E. Okay, now I think I've talked about almost every aloe vera product we have. Let's take a quick break for about 2 minutes to allow you to stand up and stretch out, and then we will start up with the nutritional items. Okay? So let's cut the cameras off and we'll get back to it. Don't go away, okay? Too long. We'll start in just a second. That helps people lose weight naturally without starving themselves to death, without any danger to their health. Now, we've all heard of low-calorie fast diets where you drop your calorie intake tremendously in an effort to lose weight. The problem with doing that is that many times when you drop your calories too far, the body starts taking energy from the muscle tissue instead of the fat that is stored on your body. This can be very damaging to some of the organs, especially the heart. And there have been some cases in the United States and around the world of people who have died while trying to go on fasts of very low calorie, meaning 400 calories or less, for an extended period of time in an effort to lose weight very quickly. Forever Light is not one of those types of programs. This can be used to lose weight, to maintain weight, or to gain weight. There are some people who need to gain weight. It's all a matter of the way you use it. One meal, one of these, inside this can, there is a scoop, a measuring scoop. If you mix one of those with 10 ounces of milk or 8 ounces of, with 10 ounces of milk or 8 ounces of fruit juice, it is like eating a complete meal. You receive all of the proteins, minerals, and vitamins and enzymes that your body needs. 50% per serving. So if you were to eat this twice a day, you would have 100% of all the nutrients that your body is known to need. Okay? Now, the program is safe. We recommend that if you're going to lose weight, you replace 2 meals per day with this product. And then you eat a third balanced meal of between 400 to 600 calories per day. This should give you a daily intake of between 800 and 1,000 calories per day. Okay? It is a wonderful way to lose weight. It's delicious. It comes in 3 flavors, vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate. It's nutritious, as I explained before. It's safe. It is long-lasting. It helps your body lose weight naturally. And it helps your body's metabolism improve. Let me explain how the product works with a little analogy. Does everybody here know what a furnace is in your house? A furnace is something that gets hot and throws air into your house to keep the house warm. The thermostat is what's on the wall that you set to tell the furnace how hot you want your air to be, how warm you want your house to be. When the air in your house gets lower than the temperature you have on your thermostat, the thermostat tells your furnace to turn on, and it heats up the house. Okay, we all clear on that system? Yes? Okay. In your body, you have a similar system. It's automatic. You have what is called a furnace, which is right up here in your upper chest. It's called brown fat. Brown fat is good fat, and it's in your upper chest area, and it actually heats up slightly and actually increases your metabolic rate in your body, causing your body to burn more calories. In your brain, you have what's called an apostat, which tells your stomach that you're hungry. Okay? Now, here's what happens in most people's body. Okay? The brain gets a signal that there's too much weight, there's too many calories in the body. We need to burn some of them. Okay? So it sends a signal to the brown fat. It sends a signal to the furnace. It tells the furnace to turn on, burn up some of these calories. But the problem is that some of us have a sluggish furnace, a lazy furnace. It doesn't want to turn on. A lot of it is because of our diet, because of the types of foods we've eaten. It's become lazy. So, the brain says, something's wrong with my furnace. It's not coming on. What could possibly be wrong with my furnace? Aha! There's no fuel. There's nothing for it to burn. So it tells the apostat, you're hungry. The apostat says, that's right, I'm hungry. So the person does what? Eats. Puts more calories in the body. The brain then says, there's way too many calories in the body. We need to burn them off. Turn on, furnace. The furnace doesn't turn on. The brain says, there must not be any fuel. There must not be any calories. You're hungry. Eat. So we eat more. And guess what happens to all these calories? They start. And pretty soon, we have a lot of extra weight. The problem was that there was a short circuit in the system. The body thought there was no fuel, when in reality there was too much fuel. All because this brown fat was so dang lazy. Okay? So this is designed not just to reduce the calories in your body, but to fix the furnace. That's the solution, is to come in and fix the furnace. So by using this product on a daily basis, by exercising 2 or 3 times a week, and by exercising we mean walking, something as simple as walking a couple of miles, you can help your brown fat get unlazy, and it will start to work. And your metabolism will begin to work properly, and you'll be able to burn off those extra calories. At the same time, you're lowering the amount of calories you're taking in, so you're accomplishing 2 things at once. So with this product, we are fixing the furnace. That's why it was designed the way it was. We don't just want to give a product to people where it makes them lose weight, but it's dangerous to their health. Okay? So it is effective, and why is it long-lasting? The weight stays off because the furnace is now working, and it can burn off the extra calories that we eat. Okay? That is the Forever Life Nutritional Diet. Wonderful product. Works every time. Now, you can use it in a blender, blend it up, or you can get one of our shakers. These are wonderful. You just put the 10 ounces of milk in here. There's the measuring right there. You put in the scoop. Put this on. In less than 10 seconds, you've got a beautiful shake with no lumps. Great to carry around. Take to work. In fact, it's great just to take this thing to work with all the ingredients in it already. Okay, meal replacement. Now, if you don't feel like drinking your meal, why not try eating your meal? This is the Fast Break bar. One of these bars with 10 ounces of skim milk together is the same as this. Okay? 50% of the vitamins, minerals, and enzymes and proteins that you need per bar. It tastes great. It has a peanut butter flavor. It's really good tasting. Okay? Now, if you want to gain weight, then what do? You drink Forever Light 2 times a day, plus you eat 3 meals. If you want to maintain your weight, you drink Forever Light 1 time a day, and you eat 2 meals. So it just depends on how many times you drink your Forever Light a day. Okay. Now, while we're talking about weight loss, the company has a weight loss program that is called the Lifestyle nutritional program. This is basically a month's supply for people who are serious about losing weight. It contains 4 bottles of aloe berry nectar, or you can exchange these for any flavor of aloe vera juice that you like here at the warehouse. Okay? When you order this over the internet, you cannot select the different types of juices. You have to get this one. But if you come to the warehouse, you can select whatever kind of juice you want. It also has 1 each of the different flavors of Forever Light, strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla. Actually, this is strawberry. It has Absorbent C, okay, which we chew 2 of these a day. It has the Garcinia Plus. The Garcinia is also it's a natural substance from the Southeast Asia, a Garcinia flower, Garcinia oil, I should say, and it actually helps your body metabolize what?
Fat.
Fat. Exactly. So any of the extra fat that's in your body, this helps your body get rid of it. Okay? Excellent for people who are on a diet, because we not only want to lower our calories, fix the furnace, but we'd also like to eliminate the extra fat that's in our bodies. I'm not talking about the fat that's being stored here in your skin. I'm talking about the fat from the food that you eat that's still in your system, that's still being metabolized. This helps your body metabolize it and eliminate it. Then we have the Nature Min. I'll be talking about Nature Min in just a minute. And bee pollen. And I'll be talking about bee pollen in just a minute. This is the Lifestyle Nutritional Program designed especially for people who want to lose weight. In addition, each of these contains an instruction booklet in English and Spanish, and a meal planner, which has not only different recipes for mixing the Forever Light into different things, in different flavors, but it also has ideas of menus of meals that you can eat that are 400 to 600 calories, so you can stay on your diet. And then it also gives you a table where you can keep track of your weight. Okay? So it's a complete weight management program called the Lifestyle Nutritional Program. This is a very popular product, by the way. We sell a lot of these each month. Okay. Now, I promised to tell you about Nature Min. Let's go into these products. Nature Min. Funny story behind Nature Min. Nature Min is a multi-mineral supplement. It has calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium, and iron. But more important than these, it also has over 100 trace elements. 100 naturally occurring trace elements that our bodies need to maintain proper nerve function, proper hair growth, proper eyesight. Minerals have to do with every function of our bodies. Okay? They're made from a substance called montmorillonite. Montmorillonite. What in the world is montmorillonite? Montmorillonite is the sediment that goes down to the bottom of the ocean, and it contains seaweed, the remains of fish, the remains of the marine and the marine plant life and the marine life, and this sediment is at the bottom of the ocean, and it's very, very rich in minerals. In fact, did you know that seawater is as close to the human blood as any other liquid there is, as far as the makeup of the different minerals? Well, here's what happened. In Nevada, just around Las Vegas, near Las Vegas, a man had a big ranch. And on this ranch, he had some cattle. And he noticed that in his different pastures, he noticed that in one of his pastures, the cattle were licking the dirt. It looked like they were eating the dirt. And in the other pastures, they weren't really eating the dirt, they were just eating the grass. He noticed also, after he did some experimentation, that the milk that was given by the cows in this other pasture where they were licking the dirt was like 15% richer. And there was no explanation for it. So he had the Geological Survey of the United States come out and test this ground. And what had happened was they discovered that the ground that these cattle were eating was montmorillonite. And here's what happened. You see all of Nevada. Does everybody know where Nevada is? Nevada, Utah, all that area right around there used to be a huge saltwater ocean. And now it's desert except for the Salt Lake. It all came down to the little Salt Lake. But it used to cover all of Nevada. Okay? So it had all of this montmorillonite. All of this montmorillonite. Now, since the ocean dried up, it was covered with about 10 feet of dirt. And then the montmorillonite was this area down here. Now, in this farmer's pasture where the cows were eating the dirt, this happened. The montmorillonite was above the dirt, and the cattle were eating it. Well, when they tested the montmorillonite, they found that it contained all these 104 different trace elements. Well, a man by the name of Charles Robson, some of you have met Charles Robson. He's the beekeeper that does all of our bee products. Charles Robson was able to purchase the rights to all the montmorillonite on this land. It's estimated at over 1 trillion tons, so there's quite a bit of it. We won't ever run out, okay? And what he did, he simply gathered the montmorillonite and pressed it into tablets. And that's what you've got with NatureMin. Naturally occurring minerals. Okay? Of all the products we have, the nutritional products we have that I'm going to talk about, this is by far the most far-reaching in your body as far as what it does. Most everybody thinks, oh, vitamins, they're the most important. Heaven's sakes, that's not true. Vitamins are important, but not nearly as important as minerals, and not nearly as important as trace minerals. So, we eat this product, and sure, we get some calcium from it. In fact, if six of these tablets a day will give you 100% of the calcium that you need. Okay? But it also gives you all of the trace minerals. They're so small, they're not even listed on this panel right here. But they're there. This is just the biggest ones. Whatever else you do, use NatureMin, and you'll find first thing you'll notice is that your fingernails grow longer and they don't break. That's the first thing you'll notice when you start using NatureMin. Okay? We recommend that you take 6 a day. NatureMin, tremendous product. I know it doesn't get talked too much about, but that's the history behind it, and that's why it's such a unique product. Okay, now let's just go down the line. Absorbent C. Absorbent C is a unique blend of vitamin C with oat bran. The reason we blend those two together is to make the vitamin C more available to your body. You see, vitamin C is an acid, and your body doesn't like acids. When you eat ascorbic acid, when you take vitamin C tablets, or when you eat foods with vitamin C in it, your body tries to get rid of it and pass it through the digestive tract quickly because it's an acid. As it's passing through your digestive tract quickly, the little fingers in your intestines are trying to grab onto the vitamin C to take it to the cells, to get it to the bloodstream. But it's passing so fast that it can only get so much of it. And if you eat 500 milligrams of vitamin C perhaps your body is only getting 30 to 50 milligrams of it before it gets through. Okay, well what we've done is that we've put the vitamin C with oat bran. We've bonded it. And it sticks with the oat bran. And the oats travel very slowly. Okay? They're the travelers that go real slow on the freeway. They want to enjoy all of the sights, and they stop at every little thing to see the historical markers, and they don't want to miss anything. Well, in the meantime, your body can get more of the vitamin C. So, 2 of these a day gives you 60 milligrams of vitamin C. Your body will absorb the 60 milligrams of vitamin C. Plus, the oat bran is a great source of fiber and, of all things, omega-3 essential fatty acids are contained naturally in oat bran. Okay? This is wonderful. They're chewable. They're very tasty. Children love them. Just 2 a day is all you need. We've already talked about Garcinia. You know that Garcinia is helped to metabolize fat. Next we have the A-beta care. One of the greatest causes of cancer are things that are called free radicals. Free radicals are foreign to our body. Our bodies don't like them. They're cells that tend to bounce all over the place. They are, and what it does is it causes irregular growth of cells. Free radicals can be introduced into our body through eating, through smog, through other kinds of pollution, through smoking, through all kinds of things. Free radicals can be eliminated if you take antioxidants. Okay? Radicals are oxidants, okay? Which means that they combine with oxygen to cause things to happen in the body, bad things to happen in the body. Antioxidants include vitamins A and vitamins E. Vitamin A and vitamin E. That's why we call this A-beta care. Okay? It's beta-carotene, which is converted to vitamin A in your body, and it also has vitamin E. Okay? By giving our body, research has suggested that by giving our body sufficient amounts of vitamins A and vitamin E, we can eliminate the risk of some types of cancer. I happen to believe that we can eliminate almost all types of cancer by eating vitamin A and vitamin E. The scientists will only agree to a few so far. It won't be long before they will agree to all of them, I'm sure. Okay, A-beta care. Then we have our Gincia. How many of you know the story behind Gincia? Gincia takes the best from the East, which is ginseng, and combines it with the best of the West, which is chia seed. Chia seed grows in the southwest part of the United States and in parts of Mexico, and it grows in the desert, and it's called the chia plant, and there's little seeds on it. These seeds are the richest form of protein on the entire earth. Let me say that again. Chia seed is the richest source of protein on the entire earth. It is the most potent form of protein that you can eat. The Indians used to use chia seed for a very interesting purpose. You know what the Pony Express was in the United States? It used to be our mail system and our message system. A cowboy would get on a horse and he'd ride for 20 miles. And he'd have the mail in his bags right here, you know. He'd ride for 20 miles. Then he'd get off that horse and get onto a new horse and ride for 20 more miles. As fast as he could. And they'd go all across the United States. And then after a full day, the rider would get off, another rider would get onto a new horse with the same bags, and he'd ride for another day. And that was our express mail service back then. Well, before that, the Indians, especially of Peru, had their own Pony Express without the pony. Okay, no horse. Men, just running. And they had 2 things. They had their package, and they had their little pouch filled with chia seeds. And that's what they ate for their energy while they were running. And they would run all up and down the Andes Mountains. Sometimes 50 miles a day, one man. Okay? All because of chia. Think of energy when you think of chia. If you find yourself at 2 o'clock in the afternoon kind of going like this, you need to eat a couple of chia tablets. Okay, they taste great. They're chewable. 2 of them in the afternoon, you'll be going for the rest of the day. Okay, do not feed these to your young children after 8 o'clock at night. Okay? Because you will be chasing them around the house for all night long, I promise. I tell you that from personal experience. My youngest son, Jonathan, I made the mistake of letting him eat a couple of these around 9 o'clock, and I was up with the kid until 4 o'clock in the morning. He would not go to sleep. With Arctic Sea back in 1983, 84, maybe 85, 84, 85. There were 20 of us. For the first, this was an 8-week test. At the beginning of the test, they tested our blood for cholesterol. They then gave half of us capsules of Arctic Sea, and the other half of us they gave placebos that looked exactly like the Arctic Sea capsules. At the end of 4 weeks, our blood was tested again, and then they switched us. Those of us who had the placebos now started to receive the Arctic Sea, and vice versa. And we went for another 4 weeks, and we were tested at the end of 8 weeks. Let me show you what happened. Okay. This is cholesterol. And this is time. Okay, we don't have any other pens, do we? Okay. Yeah, just another color. If we can. Okay, here's the 4 weeks, and here's the 8 weeks. Okay, for those who had high cholesterol, and they received the Arctic Sea for the first 4 weeks, this is what happened. Their cholesterol dropped. For those who had normal cholesterol and they received Arctic Sea, this is what happened. For those who had high cholesterol and received the placebo, this is what happened. Nothing. They still had high cholesterol. Okay? Now, they did the test of their blood, and they reversed this. The people who had been taking Arctic Sea and whose cholesterol dropped now started taking placebo. Oh, by the way, we did not change any other part of our diet. We did not change anything the way we ate. This is what happened. It went right back up. The people who had high cholesterol and started taking Arctic Sea here, dropped. And the people who had normal cholesterol, nothing. Double-blind, placebo-controlled study proving that by taking Arctic Sea, your cholesterol drops. Now, what made this even more effective was that there are 2 kinds of cholesterol in the body. Okay? There's LDL and HDL. LDL, HDL. This stands for low-density lipoprotein. This stands for high-density lipoprotein. This is good. This is bad. Okay. One of the goals is, one of the important things about cholesterol is not so much the total cholesterol that you have, but the ratio you have between good and bad cholesterol. Okay? So, if you have, say, bad cholesterol and good cholesterol, and you take a product that simply drops it like this, that's really no good. You dropped your cholesterol, but you still have more bad than good. Am I making myself clear there? Okay. Here's what happens. Well, first of all, let's talk about what is good and bad cholesterol. LDL cholesterol. I want you to imagine that you have a ball of clay, wet clay. Have any of you ever made anything out of clay? Okay. Wet clay is sticky, isn't it? It's very sticky. So if I have a ball of wet clay and I put it here on the table and I push it, what's going to happen? It's just going to stay there. Well, imagine a ball of wet clay trying to get through your veins. Every time it bounces up on the wall of your vein, it wants to stick. Okay? And then your blood is trying to push it. And the harder it is to push, the more your heart has to pump, and your blood pressure goes up. Sometimes this ball of low density lipoprotein or bad cholesterol, it sticks and nothing can move it. And then another one sticks to it. Here's your vein, and you have a ball of LDL right here. And then another one sticks to it here, and another one sticks to it here. And what starts to happen? Over a period of years, you're going to start blocking that vein. And some people, did you know that some people have 90% blocked? And their blood's just trying to get through there. Okay. Now let's go to the good kind of cholesterol. Imagine instead of wet clay, pretend that I have a bowling ball. Clay, but it's hard. And I put it on this table and I roll it. Very easily. It just keeps going. And that's what happens in your bloodstream. It just keeps going very easily. In fact, sometimes it even knocks off pieces of this bad stuff and helps to clean it. Okay, so we want to get rid of the bad guy, but keep the good guy. Well, here's what they found. Besides lowering cholesterol, here's what happened to the people. Bad cholesterol, good cholesterol. Here's what happened. This didn't change. The good guy stayed there, the bad guy dropped. That is the beauty of Arctic Sea. Anybody who's concerned about high cholesterol should use Arctic Sea. If you have high cholesterol, we recommend that you take 2 of these 3 times a day, 6 per day, 2 with each meal, for 8 weeks, and you should notice a drop, a very significant drop. And then after your cholesterol becomes normal, then we suggest that maybe 2 a day or 2 every other day or some regular amount of Arctic Sea in your diet. Each of our capsules, 2 of our capsules is equal to a dinner of salmon. Okay? Now, they've discovered 2 other things about Arctic Sea, about omega-3. First of all, there are some studies to show that it may have something to do with depression. That depression may be caused by a lack of omega-3 essential fatty acids. There are other studies that link omega-3 essential fatty acids with some forms of arthritis. There's continuing studies going on that right now, but we've had some people who report some relief when they use the Arctic Sea. Forever Kids. This is for kids, whether you're 4 or 104. Actually, it's for everybody. These are chewable vitamins. For children, 2 a day. For adults, 4 a day. Comes in 3 different flavors. They all taste, and they're all mixed up in here. Very, very good. 100% of the recommended daily allowances for the proteins, minerals, and vitamins. Vitamins and minerals that your children can get when they use Forever Kids. Or for adults who may not want to take capsules or use other forms of food supplements, these are very good tasting, chewable way to get your natural vitamins. By the way, these are made up of phytonutrients. What are phytonutrients? In fact, all of our supplements are phytonutrients. What's a phytonutrient? Simply put, it is a nutrient, it's a vitamin or a mineral or some nutrient that is derived from plants, vegetation. You can buy vitamins on the market today. Some of them are very popular that are made chemically. In the laboratory, they put certain elements together and they create vitamin C under a microscope. Well, there are some of us who believe that that's not a good nutrient for your body to use. It's what do you call it? It is artificial. Thank you. That's exactly the word I wanted. It's artificial. Phytonutrients are the nutrients that are produced by plants. Okay, by the activity of plants. We believe that these nutrients are more readily absorbed and used in your body. In fact, I'll tell you about a study that was done several years ago, 20 or 30 years ago. They put living cells underneath a microscope, and they injected into these living cells vitamin E, I think is what they tried. Vitamin E that was produced synthetically. And the cell jerked and went into all types of contortions. They took another cell and injected vitamin E that was naturally occurring in a plant. I think they got it, I'm not sure where they got it, but anyway, it was naturally occurring. And the cell actually swelled up a little bit and glowed. So, the analogy that I like to use is that if you take vitamin pills, vitamin tablets of synthetic vitamins, it's like whipping a tired horse. You take the whip out and you start whipping the horse. And the horse is going to get up and run, but after a while he's going to collapse, dead. When you take vitamins that are produced by plants, it's like feeding the horse. So the horse has more energy to go do its work. So you determine whether you want to whip your horse or feed your horse, because that's about the difference in the way these two cells reacted. By the way, after all the contortions this one cell had, it died. The other cell continued to live. The difference between synthetic and natural. And that argument's been going on for 50 years. Medical doctors today and some nutritionists today say there's no difference. Chemically, they're exactly the same. But there has to be a difference when one grows up naturally within a plant because it has other things associated with it than one that is just made by adding chemicals together. Okay, so when we say phytonutrients, it means that this product comes from plants. It's derived from plants. Okay. Can you believe I'm getting closer to the end? Lycium, forever lycium. The lycium fruit also comes from Southeast Asia. It comes from, Southeast Asia. Lycium is a substance that has a couple of known effects on the body. First of all, eyesight. It seems to help the eyesight. Okay? And lycium has also been known to help male sexual function. Okay? The main testimonials we get from this product are improved eyesight. Okay? That's our lycium tablets. All right. Then we have our garlic thyme. There is no nutrient that has more written about it than garlic. If you go on the internet and look up garlic, you'll find thousands of articles about the effects of garlic on the body. Garlic is wonderful for the heart and circulatory system. Okay? Everybody should be eating 1 or 2 of these capsules a day, just for their overall general good health. Garlic to me is similar, it's kind of like olive oil. Everybody should be using it every day. Well, here's the garlic. Does anybody know where the olive oil is? Arctic Sea. Arctic Sea has omega-3s from fish oil, but it also has omega-6. Omega-6? 9, I'm sorry. Omega-9. I'm upside down here. Omega-9 from olive oil. So here's 2 that you would definitely want to include in your diet every day. At least 1 of these a day. You know, one tablet, 1 capsule of each a day. Then we have Ginkgo Plus. Now, ginkgo is good for memory and I can't remember what else. Obviously, I need ginkgo. No, ginkgo definitely helps get more blood to the brain, more blood circulation to the brain, which helps the mental processes, especially the memory. Okay? Ginkgo plus.
It also has the added advantage that you mentioned about lyceum as well.
Okay. All right. Okay. Forever B12 plus. Okay. What's the plus in this? Folic acid, exactly. Okay, B12 for energy, and folic acid has been known to, a lack of folic acid has been linked to be one of the greatest causes of birth defects. Okay, so especially women, not only during pregnancy, but before becoming pregnant, should make sure they have a good daily regimen of folic acid. Okay? Very high potent of both products. B12, which is very difficult to obtain from foods other than meat. Aloe vera gel, by the way, contains small amounts of B12 naturally, but not nearly the amount that you get by using the B12 tablets. These are chewable. There's another sign of if you're going to sleep in the middle of the day, maybe your body needs a little bit of B12. Okay, now let's go to, Fields of Green, thank you. Fields of Green. Fields of Green is a mixture of some wonderful grasses. We have wheatgrass, we have barley, and we have alfalfa. Okay. Chlorophyll is one of the basic elements of this product. Chlorophyll is wonderful for a body cleanser and wonderful for other body functions. Wheatgrass and barley are great sources of protein, and they're great sources of trace minerals. There are other direct sales companies who have built their whole sales company on a juice that comes from barley. Okay? They squeeze the barley into a juice. Well, this is our answer to that product. Okay? These are your barley tablets. And great for all-round good health. Alfalfa has also been linked to some forms of arthritis. Okay? I've known some people who have used alfalfa successfully to reduce the pain that is associated with with the stiffness in the joints. Okay? Fields of Greens. Then we come to our bee products. And I think this brings me to the end, doesn't it? Our bee products. And there's no better way to end than our bee products, because I have some great stories to tell about the bee products. Introduced by Forever Living in 1983, the bee products are the most potent that you can get anywhere on earth. Let me explain why. What I'm going to say next applies to all of these products. The bee products come from the high deserts of Arizona. Now, why would we want bee products that come from the high deserts rather than products that come from San Francisco Bay? Okay, pollution is a big one. Okay, in the high deserts of Arizona, there are no pollutants. There's no smog. There's no chemical pesticides. There's no herbicides. There's no chemical fertilizers. It's pristine. It's about the most pristine area on Earth, except for probably the top of the Himalayas or the Andes Mountains somewhere. Okay, the high deserts of Arizona are also known for the quality of the plants that grow there. There are over 1,000 different varieties of plants in the high deserts, in the Sonoran Desert, the high deserts of Arizona. Of these 1,000, almost 80% of them, almost 800 of them, are considered herbal. They're considered medicinal. They've been used by the American Indians for centuries. Okay? We're talking about plants such as the chaparral, the aloe vera, the ocotillo, and so forth, the palo verde. All of these have flowers or leaves that have been used for medicinal purposes. So, imagine what the pollen is like from these different plants as compared to pollen from oleanders or geraniums or other plants that grow here in the Bay Area. So that's the second reason, the quality of the plants. The third reason, the potency of the pollen. In the high deserts of Arizona, the plants are very hardy, which means that they are very healthy. They have to survive. Some days, the temperature drops below zero in the morning, in the nighttime, and then gets up over 110 degrees in the daytime, same day. So the plant has to survive all that. Plus, it has to survive on very little rain. You compare that to the plants that grow here in San Francisco Bay, and the plants don't have to do anything to survive except learn how to breathe smog. Okay? They grow like weeds here because of the climate, because of the humidity. So we have what we're trying to say is that a gram of bee pollen from the high desert has more potency to it, more protein in it, more nutrients than a gram of pollen from sea level. The next reason why our products are so good is because we control all of the facets of its manufacturing. Okay, there are no, as I said, we gather the pollen, we dry it in room temperature ovens, we don't heat it at all, we then grind it, dry it again, mix it with a little bit of natural honey, and put it into tablets. Okay? So every step is controlled by Forever Living. There's no heat, there's no chemical additives whatsoever. Okay, so that being said about all of the bee products, let's talk about each one of them. First of all, the bee honey. This has the wrong name to it. And I hope that each of you remembers another name besides honey. Actually, this is called ambrosia. Ambrosia. Where do I get ambrosia from?
There's a black one.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay. Ambrosia means, it's a Greek word that means food of the gods. There was a mathematician in Greece whose name was Pythagoras. Those of you who took geometry remember wrestling with the Pythagorean theory. Okay. Theorem? Is that right? Theorem. Okay. Well, he was also a very intelligent scientist. And he came up with the idea of mixing bee pollen with honey and feeding it to the Olympic athletes from Greece as an energy food, so that when they ran the marathons, they would have plenty of energy. Well, this mixture proved to be so effective that it became known as ambrosia, the ambrosia of the gods, the food of the gods. And today, Forever Living Products has that mixture. This is not only honey, but it is fortified with bee pollen. There's over 4,000 milligrams of bee pollen in that bottle of honey. So, you're not just sweetening your food, you're giving your body the most perfect energy source you can give it. Now, does ambrosia have any effect on your body? Yes, it does. Let me tell you about a very interesting study that was done in the early 1960s. A group of scientists wanted to find out why people live to be more than 100 years old. Most people at that time did not live to be 100 years old. But they found that in Europe, there were quite a few people who were over 100 years old. And they decided to study them and to find out if they had something in common. So they sent out questionnaires and had them fill in questionnaires about their lifestyle, about their occupations, about their hobbies, about their diet, everything. And guess what they noticed? As they were doing this, they noticed that over 80% of the people who responded had listed as an occupation or as a hobby that they were beekeepers. So this intrigued them. And they started to go out and interview these different people who were over 100 years old. And they discovered that when the beekeepers would take the honey out of the hive, they would sell the good honey. You know, the honey that was clean. They would put it in bottles and they would sell it. But in the hive, there was dirty honey. what they call dirty honey. Actually, it was honey and pollen mixed together, and kind of like crusty. So they would scrape that out of the hive, and what they do with it?
Eat it.
They ate it. It tasted good. And they ate it every day. This is why the scientists, this is the only thing these people have in common. And they're all over 100 years old and in perfect health. That's what's in this bottle. Don't just think of it for sweet. For heaven's sakes, every day, 1 tablespoon, just eat it. See what it does for your overall health. Okay? Ambrosia. Forget honey. Ambrosia. Okay. Bee pollen. As I mentioned, it has all of the qualities of high desert plants. Bee pollen is nature's most perfect food. It contains every element known to sustain life in a human being. If you eat bee pollen and water, you could survive indefinitely. You'd get really skinny, but you would survive. Okay? Think of this as nature's most perfect food. This really came into its own back in the 1970s when the Olympic athletes at Lake Placid from Russia, it was discovered that they were all eating 500 to 1,000 milligrams of bee pollen a day. They had all the...
1,000 milligrams would be how many of our tablets?
2. Right. Each tablet has 500 milligrams with no fillers. Each tablet is 500 milligrams of pure bee pollen. No fillers whatsoever. The only thing added to that is a drop of honey to make it stick together. Those of you who have been to Robson Honey and been through that plant have seen how this product is produced. It's very interesting. Bee pollen, among other things, is known to help asthma and some forms of hay fever and sinus problems. Now, we're not saying that if you have an asthma attack, you eat bee pollen and you stop the asthma attack. This has to be used for at least 8 weeks prior to the hay fever season, and then the person notices a little bit of relief from their normal hay fever or allergy problems. Bee propolis. This is the one I like to tell about the best. Bee propolis, nature's antibiotic. The bees put this in their hives. They literally coat their hives with it like painting a house to protect their hive from bacteria, virus, and bacteria, virus, and one other thing that's just slipped my mind. Where's my ginkgo? Okay. Okay. Bacteria, virus, and I'll think of it. Okay, anyway, it keeps these things out. It makes the inside of a beehive more sterile than our modern day operating rooms in our hospitals. All because of bee propolis. Now, by the way, propolis comes from the word metropolis. It's a Greek word which means to protect. A metropolis, nowadays we call it a city. Okay, a metropolis back in Grecian times was a group of people living together in a common town to protect each other. Propolis, protect the hive. That's why it got the name bee propolis. Now, how does bee propolis work in our bodies? Many people have heard that by taking antibiotics that you purchase at the drugstore with a prescription, they can be dangerous if they're used too much. Well, that's why you need a prescription to get them, because they are potentially dangerous. If there's a problem in your body, antibiotics go in there and try to stop the problem. And let me use the analogy I love to use about the Old West. And we're going to talk about a fight in the saloon, in the bar. Okay? There's a big fight that's been started in the bar. And the sheriff, who in this case happens to be antibiotics from the drugstore, he walks up to the bar, he looks over the swinging doors, and he sees this fight. And he looks in there and he says, I've got to stop the fight. So he opens the doors and he walks in. He pulls out both his guns and he kills everybody in the bar. They all drop dead. He looks around and smiles at himself and says, I stopped the fight. So he puts his guns back in. He walks away feeling just as happy as he could be. The problem is all the customers are gone. The bar's going to go bankrupt now. The bartender didn't like it. Well, that's what that's what antibiotics do in your body. When there's a fight between different bacteria in your body, between the good and the bad, here comes Mr. Antibiotic, and he kills all of them, even the good ones, which leaves your body even worse. Okay, so let's go back, and here's the fight. We're back at the fight at the bar. But now, the sheriff is Sheriff Propolis. Okay, he's right there, that's his badge. And he looks over the door, and he has the ability, he has the sixth sense, the intuition, and he looks around that room and he says, she and she started this fight. They're the bad guys. So he walks in, and he grabs her, he's very strong, and he grabs her, and he literally carries them out of the bar. Carries them out of the city, far away, and they're gone. Well, after a little bit, the fight dies down in the bar, and everything returns to normal. Propolis has the ability to detect foreign bacteria and grab it and hold on to it and eliminate it from the body. It's not habit forming. It's not like taking a regular antibiotic. Okay? Now, I believe that if a person will eat one propolis every day, 365 days a year, like most beekeepers do automatically, you'll find that you get far fewer colds, flu, infections. You'll just find that you seem to go through all of these seasons without the problem. Some of you are shaking your heads that that's happened with you. Let me tell you one other experience before I go to the last product. There was a distributor in Moncton, New Brunswick, up in the far eastern end of Canada. He was a manager of Forever Living Products. I knew him when I used to travel up into that area years ago. He developed an abscess on his tooth, and it hurt so bad he couldn't take it. He went to his dentist. He had a friend who was his dentist, and he actually went to the dentist's house because it was Saturday. The dentist took a look at it and he says, "Oh, it looks like you're going to need a root canal. But I can't do it until we get rid of the abscess. You need some antibiotics to get rid of the abscess." So he says, "Here's your prescription. Take this today and Sunday and come to me Monday morning, and I think that'll do it. You'll have the abscess gone." Well, the manager said to himself, "I don't want to spend the money for this antibiotic. I've got propolis." So he says, "I'm going to try it." So he took a tablet and he put it right there. And he just let it sit there and he let it dissolve right on top of the abscess. And as soon as it was gone, he did another one. As soon as it was gone, he did another one. Before the end of Saturday was over, he had put like 15 up there. He did the same thing all day Sunday, another 15 or 20 tablets. Monday morning, he goes back to the dentist. No pain, no abscess. The dentist says, "Oh man, the antibiotics work really good." And he gave him the root canal. The manager never had the guts to tell the dentist that he didn't take the antibiotics. He only used the bee propolis. So, if you have a sore throat, put some bee propolis under your tongue and just let it dissolve and go down your throat. Okay, just little ideas on how to use the bee propolis. And of course, if you don't have any propolis cream and you have an ulcer on your skin, what can you do with the bee propolis? Grind it up, mix it with jelly, and put it on the sore. Like our friends up in Michigan did. Royal jelly. This is the last product. Royal jelly. Royal jelly. This is the food of queens. The only difference between a worker bee and a queen bee is what the bee is fed when they are young. A worker bee lives to be about 6 weeks before he dies. He literally works himself to death in 6 weeks. A queen bee lives for 3 years, and she literally lays eggs till she dies. A queen bee lays almost 2,000 eggs a day. She grows to be 2.5 times bigger than a worker bee, and of course lives a lot longer. Royal jelly has been used by many cultures without really knowing any scientific reasons why. It's called the longevity. Royal jelly has always been associated with longevity, longer life. Okay, but these have all been kind of like folk tales. They've been through experiences of people as they tested the product or tested the royal jelly. Scientists today know some things about royal jelly that might shed some light on why these associations between longevity and royal jelly exist. Bee royal jelly is very high in a substance called pantothenic acid. Pantothenic acid is a B vitamin that helps your body deal with stress. It helps you remain calm in stressful situations. It helps you tick a little bit slower. Now, if you're not as stressful, doesn't it make sense that you might live a little bit longer? Okay. This is also great for people who are experiencing emotional mood swings sometimes. Sometimes those mood swings can be related to hormonal imbalances in their bodies. At least give royal jelly a try. Between 4 and 6 of these a day, I've heard many women who are in menopause have worked wonders for hot flashes and the different mood swings that are associated with the differences in the hormones. And let me finish with one story about this product. I love to tell stories. A lady in Southern California, she lives in Fallbrook, Arizona, Fallbrook, California, had a friend who had a daughter who was 16 or 17 years old, and the mother was just tearing her hair out trying to deal with the daughter. She said, my daughter has grown up from a wonderful little princess when she was 12 or 13, and now I think she's the wicked witch of the East. Or the West, whichever one it was. Okay? Anyway, she's uncontrollable. She's up, she's down, she's mad, she screams, she just seems to be out of control. Well, this distributor says, have you thought that there might be a hormone imbalance as she's going through adolescence? Maybe you should try royal jelly and see what happens. So the mother says, okay, I'll try some. So she bought a bottle, and she gave her daughter 4 of these a day. Within a couple of weeks, she was back to the sweet princess. Okay? Her mother couldn't believe the difference. So she went back to the distributor and says, give me a whole case of it. So she bought a case, 8 bottles, and she said, I just don't ever want to run out. You can't believe what my daughter was like. So she kept feeding her daughter 4 a day. Well, during this time, she went to a health food store, and she saw royal jelly tablets in the bottle for less than 1/2 of the price of ours. And she became very upset and angry at the distributor. She bought some of them from the health food store, and she called our distributor and said, I want to return all these unopened bottles. You've cheated me. I don't want to do business with somebody who just is charging exorbitant prices. I found this other brand that works, that is half the price. And the distributor said, very smart distributor, said, here's your money, there's no problem. You know, give me the bottles back. If you ever need anything, give me a call. Because she knew what was going to happen. Within 2 weeks, the mother called the distributor again and said, would you forgive me and please sell me those bottles back again? The distributor says, what happened? And she says, I've got the Wicked Witch of the East again in my house. The other brand did not work. So she started using the Forever Royal Jelly again, and sure enough, within a week or so, everything was fine. There is a difference. There is a difference in these products. That's why we have an unconditional money-back guarantee. If for any reason any customer is not satisfied with any product, they get 100% of their money back. No questions asked. And if you, as distributors, refund somebody their money, the only thing you need to do is get the bottle of product back, get the receipt back, and bring it back to this warehouse, and we will give you a new bottle of product, the same product, so that you can sell it again. So the company stands behind that guarantee. Now I want to close with a very important statement, and that is, I've related to you some experiences and some knowledge about every one of our products except the Sonia Color Cosmetics. That's a whole other training, and I'm not qualified to do that one, at least not by personal experience. Okay? But I want to say, and this is very, very important, and each of you distributors need to know this. As distributors of Forever Living products, and as a representative at Forever Living Products, which I am, we are not here to try and treat disease. We are not here to play doctor. Our purpose is not to go around and try to cure people's illnesses. That's for the doctors to do. We are not against doctors. They play a very important part in our society. We happen to believe that our products contain very good nutritional compounds that the bodies need to maintain good health. Just because some people say the products may have worked wonders or miracles in their bodies, that doesn't mean that the company is saying that these products will cure any disease. They do not. The body cures itself. We just believe in giving the body the proper substances. So I've related a few experiences tonight from my personal experience. You've each had your personal experiences and those of your customers, but that does not mean that we are selling medicines to treat diseases. Okay, we are simply selling foods. We are selling nutritional supplements. We have a guarantee on our products. You don't have to go around promising people that this will cure any disease. That's not our purpose, and that's not why we're here. That's why we've been able to stay in business for 23 years. We have specific company policies that forbid us from going around claiming that these products will help disease. We claim that these products will help us be healthier by giving us proper nutrients. And if there's a side effect, if your body decides to take these nutrients and use them to repair itself, then great, that's wonderful. We do not recommend that anybody stop taking any medication that's been prescribed to them by a doctor. Okay? Only their doctor should take them off their medication. If you know people who are taking high blood pressure medication, for example, and you or they feel that their bodies could benefit from some of our products, we are not supposed to say, stop taking your blood pressure medication and start drinking aloe or whatever product you're talking about. Only their doctor should do that. I can tell you one thing. All of our products are perfectly compatible with any medications that people may be taking. Remember, our products are not medicines, they are food. And I'm assuming that most people who are taking medicines can still continue eating food. Otherwise they die, of course. Okay? And any doctor will tell you that. Okay? Our products do not counteract the effect of any medications. They are there simply to supplement the nutritional health of people. And we believe that nutritional health eventually leads to total health of the body. I want to thank you for being here with me tonight and allowing me to share a few of my experiences with the products. I hope this helps, and I hope that you can go out and build your business and help a lot of people. Thank you.